Imagine being so rich that you could give away a fortune to every single person you met and barely notice it was gone. Now imagine giving away so much that you accidentally broke an entire region's economy. This actually happened. 700 years ago, one man crossed the desert with a river of gold behind him. By the time he was finished, gold itself had lost its value in some of the richest cities on earth. His name was Mansa Musa, and many people believe he was the wealthiest human being who has ever lived. This is his story. Mansa Musa was born in West Africa around the year 1280. Back then, this part of Africa was home to a giant kingdom called the Mali Empire, and Mali had a secret. It sat on top of some of the largest supplies of gold in the entire world. It also controlled salt, and in those days, salt was so valuable people traded it for gold, piece for piece. Whoever ruled Mali controlled the gold and the salt. That made them unbelievably powerful. Now, here's where the story gets strange. Musa was not supposed to become emperor. The ruler before him was a man named Abu Bakr. According to old accounts, Abu Bakr became obsessed with a question: what lies on the other side of the great ocean? So he built a huge fleet of ships and sailed west into the Atlantic to find out. He never came back. Before he left, he handed control of the empire to one trusted man. That man was Mansa Musa. And just like that, the keys to the richest kingdom in the world were placed in his hands. In the year 1324, Mansa Musa set off for Mecca, but he did not travel quietly. According to the stories, his caravan included as many as 60,000 people: soldiers, servants, officials, and family. Hundreds of camels, each one carrying heavy bars of pure gold. There were even people walking ahead of him carrying golden staffs. It was less like a journey and more like a moving city made of gold, crawling across the desert. When this glittering parade reached the great city of Cairo in Egypt, the people there had never seen anything like it. And Mansa Musa was extraordinarily generous. He gave gold to the poor. He gave gold to officials. He gave gold to shopkeepers and strangers. He spent and donated gold everywhere he went. He wanted the world to see the greatness of Mali, and it worked. But there was a problem nobody saw coming. When you flood a city with that much gold, gold stops being rare. And when something stops being rare, it stops being valuable. The price of gold in Cairo and the surrounding region crashed. Merchants who had saved gold their whole lives suddenly found it was worth far less. Historians say it took about 12 years for the economy to fully recover. One man, with nothing but kindness and showing off, had accidentally caused one of the first money crises ever recorded. On his way home, the story goes, Musa even tried to fix it by borrowing gold back to push the price up again. Now, most people stop the story right there: the rich emperor and the gold. But here's the part almost nobody talks about, and it's the most important part of all. Mansa Musa didn't just spend his fortune showing off, he used it to build. On his journey, he met brilliant architects, scholars, and teachers, and he invited many of them to come back to Mali with him. When he returned home, he poured his gold into creating something that would last far longer than any pile of treasure. He built mosques, including the famous Jingwareber Mosque, made of mud brick, that still stands today, over 700 years later. Most importantly, he transformed a city called Timbuktu. Under Mansa Musa, Timbuktu became one of the greatest centers of learning anywhere in the world. It filled with universities, schools, and libraries holding thousands upon thousands of handwritten books. Scholars traveled from across Africa and the Middle East to study there: mathematics, astronomy, law, and medicine. For a long time, books in Timbuktu were said to be worth more than almost anything else you could buy. The richest man in history decided the most valuable thing in the world wasn't gold, it was knowledge. And there's one more surprising twist. Before Mansa Musa's famous journey, much of Europe didn't even know West Africa's empire existed. After it, his fame spread so far that mapmakers in Europe began drawing him onto their maps. In one famous map from 1375, you can actually see a king sitting on a throne, holding a golden nugget, and that king is Mansa Musa. He literally put his homeland on the map of the world. So why does Mansa Musa matter today? Because his story flips everything we expect. We think the richest person would be the greediest, but the richest person in history is remembered most for what he gave: schools, libraries, and a city of learning that inspired people for centuries. His life teaches us something powerful. Money can buy almost anything, but the things that truly last, knowledge, learning, and helping others, those are the real treasures. Mansa Musa had all the gold in the world, and he chose to build a place where ideas could grow. If you enjoyed this untold story, hit subscribe for more mini history heroes, the real stories that history almost forgot.